Good morning, everyone. Welcome. It's Jean Brittingham at Captain Stitches, and it is time for my Monday morning coffee stitch and chat. So, welcome. Hello, Glenda. Hello, Polly. Good morning. Good morning. If you hear a continual beep coming on this morning, it's because there is beep coming on this morning. Whoops, and I forgot to turn that down. Sorry about that. Two things, but there's an active chat going on in a Discord that I cannot figure out how to turn the volume down on that. So it keeps bleeping up in my notifications. So sorry about that. And of course it does it right over where the chat is too. But good morning, June. Good morning, Brenda. So we will just have to deal with a little inconvenience this morning. I'm trying to get that light adjusted too so it's not so bright over here. But how is everyone doing after the weekend? All the fireworks that have been going off for the 4th of July, which is another day until it's here, but they've been going on for over a week here, and I'm sure they'll continue for over a week afterwards. But that's just what happens around this time of year, and I guess we just need to get used to it. Good morning, Deb. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. So, did anybody grab some stitching to work on while we're chatting this morning? Let me know if you did. I'd love to know what you're working on. I had a hard time deciding what to work on this morning, which I guess I could put this down just a little bit more so we'll be able to see a little bit while I'm stitching, but anyhow, at work, I think is what that's supposed to say with no sleep. And good morning, Shirley. Welcome. Just driving through, and we'll hit the like button as I exit. Got to go back to work. Yes, that four-letter word. Work. I guess I work too, but at least I get to enjoy what I work at for the time being anyway. For the time being. But as I was saying, yeah, let me know if you've got some stitching that you grabbed to can't see this thread, so I'm having a hard time keeping up with exactly where I am on here. I need to keep my finger on it. Good morning, Lisa. How are you? Well, wait. I called awkward by the name. That was Lisa up there. Now it is Shirley. I get the two of you mixed up so many times, and I apologize for that. But at least I did notice it this time when the other came on. But good morning. I am working on an older slow stitching project that I started a while back. So right now I am actually tacking down this antique doily that I used on the middle here. Since I've got all the stitching on all the petals done, now I can tack this down so it doesn't keep flopping forward and everything. But that is what I am doing. And like I said, I should have used a different thread, or I just need to keep my finger there instead of taking it off so I know where I am, because I can't see where I've stitched. I have to keep feeling on the back to see where my thread actually is. But yes, and like I said, I apologize for the beep. There's a bunch of stuff going on in my notifications this morning, and it was one I tried to shut off, but even went out of it, and it keeps beeping every time somebody types in it. So I'm sorry. I apologize for that. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, Christine. She grabbed her caffeine, and that's as far as she's gotten this morning. All right, nothing wrong with that. And Deb says she ordered the stitching book this weekend. Awesome. I think you will like it. It's a good little reference book. I have several of them because I always have several projects going at once. So I have more than one because I have a tendency to throw it in with the project I'm working on. Then when I look for it, it's like, okay, which project is it in with? So yeah, I have several of them and probably still don't. I have 2 or 3. Could probably use a couple more. Just so I have one in a place that doesn't have to be in a project and I always know where it is. Good morning, Debbie. How are you this morning? And hello, Christina. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, thank you all for popping on to sit and chat with me this morning. This is just the informal chat to just keep up with everybody, see what everybody's doing, what they've got coming up, or their projects that they're working on. The quilting on the beautiful quilt behind you is exquisite. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. That was, I was hoping I would know the name of it, but it was done on the long arm. And it is a quilt that was done that I did in EQ, and it's in the files in the Facebook group. It was done as a quilt along. So that is available in the files. It should be called trying to remember. Friendship Star or whatever, friend stitch along, something to that, but it's basically the only quilt. Well, I guess it's not really, but it's easy to find in the files. You'll have no problem finding it. Yeah, anything that I do, the files are always there. I don't remove them, so it's always available. Oh, it's not in EQ8. It's one I designed in EQ8, so you won't find it in EQ8. Tracy. Yeah. I designed it and then made it into a PDF and wrote up directions different and everything because I don't always like the way EQ8 lays things out for stitching and that. And of course, it doesn't give any directions for how to piece the block and put an entire quilt together. So that part I wrote up entirely myself and made into PDFs for those in my Facebook group. It was done a while ago as a quilt along. So you can access that through my Facebook group though. It's all there. Yep, I have a few that I have designed and have designed for others throughout the years. I've actually had EQ since EQ5. So have been working with it for a while. And Christine says, refreshing my goals for this week to finishing the 2 quilts from last week. I think we all have to do that quite often, Christine. It's like, what are my goals for this week? We don't finish it, so we just roll it over to the new week. Maybe if I took some of these pins out as I go along, I would have a better idea of where I am also. So, and that one's in the way for the next stitch, so I'm going to remove it as well. But yeah, all I'm doing right now is, it was a fun quilt to make. Yes, it was. And I just made mine to knowing that I was probably going to use it out in the quilt cottage. I used the color scheme that is out here, and those fabrics I have and I'm using on several things that I'm making to use out here. So it matches my colors out here. Good morning, Kathy. You got up early this morning. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. But yeah, I'll be glad when I get this tacked down. When I was doing those flowers and stuff, because I couldn't tack it down yet, it kept getting in the way, flopping over. So now we won't have a floppy doily that is the outside part of the center of the flower flopping around on me. Of course, we've got this yellow ribbon that's pinned on there that is also gets in the way. But oh, the joys of hand stitching and adding embellishments, the sacrifices we have to make. Good morning, Donna. Good morning, Carol. And Shirley says she is having her morning coffee, trying to decide to clean or sew. Well, is there really any doubt to that question? I think all the ladies in the chat right now would tell you to sew. Oh, the cleaning can come later. It'll still be there. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it anyway. I do have to admit that I am a morning person, though, so I can get a lot done because I get up about 5 o'clock in the morning. I can get a lot done before I come out here for the rest of the day. So I'm lucky in that. Good morning, Terry. Just grabbing a cuppa. Okay, I've got mine sitting beside me. But I don't want to take my thumb off my work because every time I do, I lose my place because I can't actually see where I'm stitching. And good morning, Susan. Welcome, welcome. And Christina says, some days I use cleaning as a break from sewing. Well, yes. And I mean, it does have to get done at some point in time, so we can't always put it off for sewing. But I will, a lot of times right after our breakfast and coffee, I will get what cleaning I need to do done quickly before coming out here. So that works for me rather well. And of course, when it's laundry, I can start a load of laundry, come out here, go back in when it's time to move it to the dryer, and then of course go in when I know that the dryer is off and fold them and come back out. So that works very well. Good morning, Stair. Welcome, welcome. She just turned the pot of chili down to simmer, really just making it for chili cheese dogs tomorrow. That sounds good. I think we're going to have brats and macaroni and cheese for the hubby. I don't eat macaroni and cheese, and baked beans. Brats on the grill, of course, but Terry says she didn't sleep well. I slept this morning for a couple of hours. It is what it is. Well, you got an hour more than me, Terry. If I ever get more than an hour sleep a night, I am doing good. And Susan says, my first official date of retirement was July 1st. Woo-hoo! Nobody to answer to but myself. Quilt making galore in my future. Well, congratulations, Susan. That's awesome. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Oops, I'm stuck on something. But I can't tell what. I guess it was just the feel of it. Okay. Not stuck any longer. Same here. Okay. Christine didn't get much sleep either. Maybe we should call this Sleepless in the Stitching Cottage. Stitch and chat. Oh, several of us that didn't get much sleep from the sound of it. I'm a little tickled because it appears to be working and I really don't know what I'm doing. What are you working on, Tracy? I think I missed that. Can't scroll up. It's going pretty fast. Good morning, Lori. Welcome, welcome. No, I just lost you. I slept, but slept late. Susan says 29 years at the same company as a team leader for the last 15 years. I was leaving for work at 3 a.m. How nice to sleep in. Yes, I'm sure that is going to be great. What a change to not have to get up that early. It'll probably take you a little while to adjust, but not too long. Not too long. I think I dreamt of doing the backstep. That's funny, Stare. I saw the picture of your grid. I think you've got it about. I think you've completed it and you're ready for the next stitch on Friday. So yeah, that's great. But that's funny. Think you were dreaming of the back stitch. Oh, Tracy says I'm making a project bag. I don't have an actual pattern. I'm mitering the front and back corners at this point. Okay, you'll get there. Yep. And Christine said, son was up cooking at 3 a.m. and smell of onions woke me. Should have gotten up instead of trying to sleep. Yep. Terry says, and by sleep in, you mean 5 or 6? It took me a while to really sleep in. Yes. And Stare says, yes, I am. Yeah, I saw that. Always like when you all post the things like that so we know where everybody is and what everybody's doing on the projects that we're doing together. It's nice to see. I appreciate that. Weekend. It was a beauty long weekend. Yes. Of course, every day is a weekend when you're retired. Susan also says, LOL. Terry, actually, it was more like 4. Okay. Hey, that's an hour extra. That works. And Kristen says, when I dream about it, I know I've processed the skill for good. Yes. I think I'm going to get around here pretty quick. If this yellow ribbon would stay out of my way now, that wouldn't be nice. We could cooperate. But I think I'm getting things back to where at least some days it feels like I'm getting more control of the multiple projects I have going at once. Some days it just seems like, okay, overwhelmed. Where am I? What am I supposed to be doing? What's on my schedule that I'm missing? But the last couple days it seemed like, okay, I think I've got this under control now, finally. Yesterday it stormed and I loved them, sat on the porch and enjoyed it. Well, the storms we had here, boy, let me tell you, it would have blown you away. You would not have been able to sit on that porch. Actually, it actually blew over the big pots on my back deck that have plants in them. There was 2 of them that were completely blown over that I had to pick up and other things. So then I thought, well, I better go out front and look and see if there's anything there. It didn't blow anything over there, but yeah, it was super windy and just came up out of nowhere. Quiet 1 minute and it's like, what in the world is going on out there the next minute? And then of course the minute it stopped, everybody went back to shooting off their fireworks. So I'm surprised how well I can see the chat on there today from here. It's nice that I'm not having to squint too much to see it. It says the storms moved from your area, Jean, to mine in Michigan. Wow, it was a good downpour. Yes, it was. And Lori says the power went out last night, but the storm did not wake me. Pool shut off. I'm not going to say the word you got in there. I caught that one. Glad I can read between the letters. Oh, and Tracy says to Christine, that sounds delightful. There is a green haze outside here as if it is going to rain. I might do the same as you if it does. Yeah, I like when it's a nice rain that you can sit out on either the front porch or the back porch and just enjoy it. Good morning, Donna. Welcome. And the other Donna says it rained here also, very windy and lots of rain for half an hour and then gone. You caught that, did you, Terry? Autocorrect. Hate me. That's all right. I got a kick out of it without having to say it. It's, it's that word happens. Oh, it was cute. Oh. Yeah, I think autocorrect hates all of us. I think my thumb hates me too a lot of times when I'm typing because it hits something I don't mean to. And then the whole keyboard, not the keyboard, but the whole whatever is on the screen at the time does stupid, crazy things because I hit something down on the taskbar thing that totally moves everything. And then I wonder what in the world and have to find my way back to where I was. That is really annoying when that happens. At least that doesn't happen in quilting and hand stitching. Oh. And Stare says, I'm using 12 what time sulky thread and had lots of knots, even doing all the tricks, thinking of using some other thread or floss. I haven't used the sulky, so I don't know what difference there is in it. I'm trying to think what it is that I'm using right now. I don't think it's sulky. I'm pretty sure it's yeah, it's the petites. I'm thinking it's Aurifil. No, it's sulky. I'm not having a knotting problem, so I don't know. I haven't had a problem with it. Yeah, this is the sulky 12 weight petites, cotton petites that I'm using on some of this, and I haven't had that problem. Maybe you're not holding your mouth right, Stare. That's what I always say. You must have been holding your mouth wrong. Try holding it crooked the other way. Gene, that typing thing happens to me also. A whole line of type disappears. LOL. Yes. And not only does it disappear, but something weird then also comes up, from some menu or whatever on the screen that pops up that I don't want. And I figure out where am I and how do I get back and what did I wish I knew what I was hitting so I could try to learn and avoid it somehow, but I never know what it is that I hit that does that. So, because it happens so quick, it's like, well, phooey. And a lot of times it'll happen when I'm trying to type in the, chat, someone else's live, YouTube. And it's like it totally messes up and then puts the live on pause, and then you find yourself behind everything that's going on. Don't like that. No, not perfect at all, Stare. Far from it. But yeah, I don't know what I'm doing differently. Now on my grid, I was using Valdani 12 weight pearl cotton. It's just on this right now I'm using the thing, and I'm just tacking down, so maybe it's just because the stitch isn't anything, doing a lot of turning or anything like you do in the back stitch, but but yeah, no, I'm far from perfect. Believe me, my whole entire family can attest to that, and will say, nope, Jean is not anywhere close to being perfect. But maybe let my tongue hang out like my 5-year-old granddaughter. Yeah, that would be cute. That would be cute. Oh. Or any of the rest of you that are doing the embroidery stitch of the week? Do you have your grids done or close to being done? And I don't know who's doing other than I know Darlene is doing the crochet stitch of the week. Other than that, I'm not sure who's doing that one along, but and I'm not sure yet, but I think I have a plan in mind for the block of the month, which this Friday will be the first block or first instructions, whatever it turns out to be, but that'll be the first step, and that will be this Friday. And so I do need to be making up my mind exactly how I'm going to do that. Christine says her brother always put his tongue out to the side when he was concentrating. Yet there's a lot of people do that. Carol says she's starting the crochet. Debbie says she's completed the grid. Awesome. And I'm trying to think, I believe that also, I have to check, but I'm thinking on the 7th, maybe when we start the, those that are doing the over the river and through the woods, I think that starts then also. I have to look. I don't know why the date, the 10th, would be coming up, but I know it's either the 7th or the 10th. For some reason, the 10th is popping in my head too, but I think that's something else. But I don't know what you mean by you've completed one grid, Debbie. Oh, one. There's 2 pages of it. Yeah. Yeah, no, I just have the one done, not both pages. Somebody's trying to call. It's like do not disturb is on the phone, but my watch still lets me know. But what date is the 10th? I mean, what day? Yeah, not what date. What day does the 10th fall on? And then I'd be able to know when it is, because I would not be doing it on the short. I don't think. Yeah, it would be on the longer time to be able to go over and show that. So I'm thinking it should be on a Friday. And the 7th is a Friday. Good morning, Gayla. Welcome, welcome. And Christine says, I'm crocheting a different project, but I'm using your foundation method. Over the river is going to take the place of grid work. Okay, well, that makes sense. That's a good way to work it. And Tracy says, I can't wait to see what goes inside the grid. Yeah. Well, and just for a little bit more information on that, since you said that, I mean, it will be a stitch of the week. Of course, you don't have to do just that stitch over and over in that grid space. You can, and do whatever, but yeah, that's where you'll have, your own creative license to do that stitch of the week however you want in that grid, to where you can, draw your own, picture. If you don't want to just do straight embroidery, you can combine and add other stitches to it. It's just that, yeah, you will be putting at least a portion of that stitch in that grid. Or you can fill the whole thing with that grid, so it's really, remains the sampler of the different stitches. So if the 10th is a Monday, it's not Monday, it's the 7th. When I have the longer time to be able to show more and work more on it. Because this stitch and chat is a more informal one and not in a location that I would be able to. Can't sit here in this chair and be able to show and work on that. So, yeah, it's the 7th, not the 10th then. And Stara says she got the pattern for Over the River, really loved the colors the pattern uses, but haven't decided. Guess I do have an excuse to hit the local quilt shop. I guess so. I think I've gone all the way. Oops. One right there I see I need to do yet. I think I've made it all the way around. That's awesome. Made it all the way around. Before my time's up even. Monday next week is the 10th. Yeah, no, I will not be doing that on a Monday. I will be doing it during the Friday. The Friday live, because that is from 10 to 2, a longer period of time. Gives more time to work on projects. This one is just supposed to be an informal sitting and stitching on mindless stuff and chatting. You like that? Mindless. What's mindless for one isn't mindless for another, but okay. I've gone all the way around, so now I have that stitched down. Good. Out of my way. And but thank you all for letting me know exactly what days those were. And Tracy says, oh, yes, I remember you saying that now. I think it is an excellent way to learn about all of the different stitches. Yes, it's a fun way and cute to be able to have a little. Have to get that out of there. After a while, you've got a thread on the back here that didn't get cut off, and it got caught in some of this stitching, but I'll be able to pull it out of there. And Christine says, I was telling hubby I wanted to use blue for Over the River. He says he likes the colors of the pattern. I like the color, and he doesn't. Well, It will work in any color that you like. I think it would be pretty in blues myself, but I'm not a blue person, but that's because I had to wear blue so many years. And so I don't use it, but I think it would be beautiful in blue. And June says, just put the book in my Amazon cart, looking at some other books for foundation paper piecing and applique. Well, that sounds like fun, June. Yeah, it's hard when we go onto Amazon to not keep looking and only stick to one thing, isn't it? Oh. Oh, I don't want to put that up there. I'm trying to think. I'm going to stick it in here for now so I don't mistake it for a different needle. Okay, caught up. So what I did is I just went around here. I don't know if you can see that, but this is an antique doily, and I tacked that. It's already tacked around the center. So now it's tacked around all the outside so it'll stay on there. I guess I should probably stitch that ribbon down next so I can take the pin out of there and it will be on there and quit flopping around and in my way. And just as I try to read, a stupid notification comes up in front of me. June says, Amazon and the thrift stores are my downfall. Yeah, I wish there were some good thrift stores around here. There probably are. I just don't know where they are. One of these days I'm going to talk to a couple people that I know that probably do know where the good ones are. Take a trip and try and find some good things. Lori says, it's funny how quilting changes your color choices. I used to hate green and prints. Now using both. Yeah, I don't. I will use green. I use all colors, really. There are some I don't use as much or have as much of, but yep, they all work. They all have their place, and it's amazing when you put them with other things how they can all go together and be pretty. But I'm getting to the point to where almost everything except for that bow is tacked down on here. So this is, even though it's big and I know it's white, so because it's white, the stuff that's on there doesn't show up well there. I think that's a little bit better, but I even have kept in stitches on there, little saying and stuff, and I think you can see that this is an X going through that part. Maybe you can't see the stitching on there, and it says my little ray of sunshine is what those little boxes say. But what I'm going to do is in the white background now, I am going to use not real bold and not real bright, but I'm going to do different embroidery stitches, but in a big way to where it's slow stitching. I guess more like big stitching and whatever, using different things and adding things. I think I'm probably going to do basically a lot of shadow stitching around the things some way I will figure it out. And it's like I say, it's slow stitching, it's mindless stitching. There is no rhyme or reason or pattern. You just look at it, decide what you want to do, and go for it. It's not a pattern that follows anything, so it gives you the freedom to design and go as you stitch. That's what I enjoy about it, because yeah, you don't have to. Now I do know that I'm going to do, well, maybe I won't. I might change my mind on that too. I was thinking I was going to do a grid in this circle, just a diagonal grid, but I might do some highlighting and outlining and stuff on those flowers and the petals and the leaves instead. That would look nice. I think I just changed my mind on that. So that's what I think I will do. Hello, Rita. Good morning. Good morning. How are you this morning? How are the fields and all the garden and everything at your place? I don't know if you got any of all this rain and wind and storms that we've all been getting that hopefully, didn't do damage, but would help with the rain and everything. I know we hate to go too many days without rain when we have stuff that we want to grow. That's never good. So, but too many days of rain in a row, it's not good either. Shelling beans this morning. All right, fun. And Donna says, French knots in the middle of the flowers might be nice too. Yes, that's a good idea. Thank you. Yeah, and the ones that have on the little ones, that would be nice. And in the little ones and the one that had the actual bit there to do them. Yeah, we'll see what I come up with. I think, yep, I'm glad I changed my mind on that and took a second look and go, oh, well, maybe not. But so yeah, I worked on this one quite a while ago, started it, and it got folded up and set aside. So for those of you popping on, it's a slow stitch project that I'm working on. So I'm glad I got it back out and have the interest to work on it again in between all the other projects that I have to do to keep up with, but that's okay. It's a good thing I can multitask and keep my mind and focused on several different projects at a time. I don't know how I would act if I ever just had one that I was working on. And I don't know that I'll ever be able to get the opportunity to try that. It will be pretty when it is done to look at every day. Yeah. I was thinking it was going to go in a frame, but that would be a pretty big frame. But I could maybe have my husband make one. Then it wouldn't be quite, could save on the expense that way. Okay, we're all caught up in chat, and I have to change the thread on my needle and decide where I'm going to on it next. Good morning, Charlotte. How are you this morning? It's good to see you also. I think I can turn this one on my phone off since I'm not having to use it. About the time I do, I'll decide that I need to type something in, but I can lean over and do that if I need to. So no sense in having this on, running in the background when I don't need it. But I think I'm going to tack. Yes, I am going to tack this ribbon down before I go any farther, so I can take the pin out of it and it will be out of my way. She says she is great. My swap blocks are in the mail. Yay! Thank you for mentioning that. That reminds me, those of you that did win in the giveaway Friday, they are all in the mail today. So I think it's funny how they all go the same day, but since they're going different places, you'll either be, some of you will receive it on the 6th, some on the 7th, and some on the 8th or 9th. And I don't know if you remember. Gotta go. Okay, Lori. Have a great day. See you later. Take care. Thank you for being here. I was mentioning the lighted needle threader. It also has a thread cutter on the side, and I'm pretty sure it is by Clover. But I will show you when you slide this up, the needle threader part comes out. Oops. And it has a light on the end. Isn't that neat? So you can see to guide it. Yeah, if I could keep my hand still while I'm doing it. but you can guide it into the needle and get your thread in there if it would cooperate. It's got a little curl on the end. But yeah, that comes in really handy. And then just slide it back down and it's off. And I like that the wire part actually of the needle threader isn't sticking out and getting bent out of shape and everything too by placing it down places where it doesn't belong. I like sitting here and rocking in case you can't tell. I would have, this is a recliner, I would have my legs up also, but the TV tray that I use for my portable pressing surface is sitting right here by my legs with my laptop on it. So can't put that up to be able to hold that. And now I'm going to try and keep this where I want it. Oops, totally missed that spot. And I'll probably, when I take it out of the hoop, find out, oh, well, that's not where I want that, but it's where it's pinned, so we will work with it that way. And I'm just tacking it also. Hello, Ginger. Where did you get your box? The big one behind you. That is not a box. That is actually my mother's part of her luggage set, which they called it a train case back then. It's the littlest one. But I got her luggage a while back. She gave it to me. She's no longer with us. But I redid it into a sewing box for myself. It still has her initials. She got it as her graduation present, the luggage set, way back when. Oops. Went around the other side. See, that's why I want to get this so my threads don't keep catching on the pin of that. But yeah, I totally redid the interior of it and everything and made it into a little sewing box to have here next to my station that I sit and do handwork. And it's actually, I couldn't find anything the right size to sit it on, so it's sitting on an outdoor plant stand is what I have it sitting on. So that's what that is, Ginger. And the other part of her suitcase I have inside right now, and it's made so that it is like a side table, but for in the bedroom, so it's high up. But I'm thinking I want to change that into a type of a portable, something to do with sewing instead too. Yep, luggage and hope chests used to be common as graduation gifts. Yep, very much so. I remember making stuff before graduation, making items and things to put into my hope chest that I didn't have yet, and I didn't ever get one, but I had things made for one. I'm surprised that my parents never got me one. Okay, what are we caught on? The teeniest, tiniest little. See, now I got a knot stare if you're still here, but I got it out with my fingernail. So it must have just been a little snag, but. Good morning, Teresa Louise. Welcome. And Ginger says, I like it. I was cleaning out my mother-in-law's house and she had one like that, but it smelled really bad. Yeah, they can get, oh, I hope I didn't just sew my, I better take that safety pin out of there. I was going to say, I hope I didn't just sew that onto there. Nope. I just happened to notice that. But I actually took, the part that was on the inside of this one out and everything and put in a new lining. So, but yeah, but you can get rid of that smell by sitting it out using some baking soda. That type of thing should help remove that smell. And then depending on how you're going to use it, I would put a different lining in it also. Remove the lining and get rid of the smell if you're going to make it into something. I'm working on a slow stitch project. Who asked me that? Christine did. Charlotte did. It's on a white background, so you can't see all of it well. And it's a larger slow stitch project, but that's what I am working on this morning. And Christine says, I begged my grandfather to make me one, but he said he just piddled and it wouldn't be professional looking. Hope chest. Oh, that's too bad. And then Christine also says, what a great idea. I have my aunt's roller skate case. That would work great. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. And go on Pinterest. That's where I got the ideas for mine now. The idea of starting. I did use some of the antique stuff that I have. Also, there's an antique doily in there that I folded and attached, and that's what I keep some of my threads and stuff in, and put pockets down on the bottom and lace around it. Added one in there. Also, I made a little pin cushion that sits up there, and then there's a pocket that I keep my seam ripper and a needle threader and stuff in. It's just, do whatever works for you. Add whatever it is that you think you're going to need and how you want to use yours. But they are nice and fun to do something with. Is that a doily you are putting on it? Yes. In the middle. This was in the middle, it's the middle of a flower. I don't know if you can see that. But this was an antique doily. It had the linen inside here, but it had tears in it. So it was perfect for go ahead and cut the linen portion of it out. And this is the outer part of the doily then that is going around the flower for embellishment. And that is what I just tacked that down all the way around. Now I'm attaching that little yellow bow that keeps getting in my way as I'm stitching. That's what I'm tacking down now. And I am just doing tacking stitches to do that. Nothing special. Because now I might jump around between working on the stitching on the flowers and doing shadow work around everything else with embroidery stitches, kind of in a big stitch method. That's my plan. We will see. There is no pattern. There is no rhyme or reason. When I said in slow stitching, it's just designing as you go, looking at it, deciding what you want to do as you go about it. I don't think I want to jump way over there to tack that down. So, yep, I'm going to tie a knot and I'll have to take it out to do the bottom of those ribbons because Don't want to jump all the way across down to there, and my hoop is in the way for that. Really a nice idea. Thank you. And Christine says she has to scoot and take the dog out. He's been very patient. After a while, friends, we'll see you later. Christine, thank you for being here. I have to look at the time. It's about time to wrap up. So that was a good stopping point this morning anyway. But I appreciate all of you being here and chatting as hopefully some of you may have been stitching or deciding what you're going to work on today. But at least I got some work done on a project I had set aside for a while. I'm happy with that. And get to catch up on what everyone is up to and what everyone is doing. So, yeah, I'll give you some time. Happy 4th to everyone. Stay safe and have fun. Yes, stay safe. If you're going to fireworks displays and everything, please be very safe. If you're doing fireworks around children, take extra care. Don't want anyone to be harmed in their 4th of July festivities. Just a good time and a good day. I hope everyone has really nice weather also. And Tracy says, bye, everyone. Have a great day. You are welcome. Thank you for joining me, Stare. Yep, your package is in the mail, which I use pirate ships, so I didn't have to go to the post office. Everything's ready. Mailman picking it up, and as soon as that's done, yep, you should either be receiving the 6th, the 7th, or the 8th, according to where you live. Have a great day. Thank you. Well, hello, Patty G. Going to watch Danny today. Oh, and my granddaughter. Okay, that'll be fun. And Kathy is wishing everybody a happy 4th of July. Yes, be safe. Bye-bye, Kathy. See you later. Okay, so thank you again, everyone, for being here. And as we said, happy 4th of July. Stay safe. Have fun. Don't eat too much, but enjoy it. And I will see you again soon. So take care. And remember, in the meantime, I can keep you in stitches. Bye-bye, everyone.